Hello. You may hear the kookaburras here in Australia. I'm in Australia and it's really hot. And it's February. And today I would like to talk about self as context. As you know, acceptance and commitment therapy is based on functional contextualism. So everything is in context, and RFT, relational frame theory. And it's a little bit like a bag of jigsaw puzzle, but you know, a horse is a bag of like a jigsaw puzzle, and we are. And so how we put it together, that gives us how we look, how we are, or who we are. So the most challenging part about the heart of ACT is that you cannot just take it out of a book, because it's not going very well, because it's a very practical approach. And I came across a saying by Albert Einstein last week. If you can't explain your theory to a 6-year-old or a horse in our business, you probably don't understand it yourself. So horsemanship, if you cannot break it down to a horse, you don't know what you're doing. And the same is with clients. And today I would like to talk first as the self as context, and then the self as content. And then the third is, how do we help people? So the self as context, there you go. Self as context is the idea that you are the observer of your thoughts and feelings rather than the content of them. What do I mean by that? So let's say I'm standing here. So that's me, I'm the content. This is who I am all over the years, what I think, what I feel, my values, everything. So that's myself as a content. So I'm stepping a little bit aside and look at me, and then I'm checking from outside my feelings and my thoughts, and how I live, and how I do my things, and what's helpful and what's not. So, it's a little bit windy. And self as context is a core principle in acceptance and commitment therapy that helps people become more psychologically flexible. It's taught as an extension of mindfulness, which helps people focus on a stable sense of self. The goal of ACT is to help people break free from negative thoughts and behavior of patterns. So, as I just showed to you, here is myself, that's me, and then I step away. And then I look at myself, let's say I'm having bad thoughts. I cannot do it, nobody likes me, I'm miserable, I don't amount to anything. And then when you step aside and you basically catch yourself thinking this, you're asking yourself, well, who said that? Who is and was my advisor? So we call that, with the children or with the youth, we call it as the advisor. Who is advising you? You know, he can giving you good advices. We are not talking about the good advices. We are talking about the ones that we want to change. The other advisor is, if you go and look back, why did I just say that? Or why did I just do that? You might be on autopilot. Or you say, I knew it, it happened over and over again. So you ask yourself, who is talking? It's the prophet. And what is the prophet doing? self-fulfilling prophecy. You know, he goes around and around, and you have to break that circle. That's all the advisor, and your advisor is a GPS. And how do you change the GPS? By changing your destination and your way and your values. Or I probably like better a compass. So if you look at yourself, you look also at your values and where's your true north. I like that better than the GPS. And then what I would say is become your own fact checker. If you really want to have some success in something or overcome something, then it's probably a good idea in your session that you actually become your own fact checker. We know this since COVID who that is. And then never argue with the advisor, ever. You need to go deeper. And the other question you ask yourself, what is my point of reference? Let's say you want to lose weight, and you put on weight, and then this and that, and you're not happy. Then you ask yourself, what's my reference of how should I look like? And then you ask yourself, am I actually willing to do a little bit of trying new things, trying a different approach, thinking a little different about me? So that's when you look at yourself, right? But to do that, you need to know yourself. You need to know who are you as a content. And Carl Rogers said that he believed that a person to achieve self-actualization, they must be in a state of congruence. Perfect to do in equine-assisted therapy. This means that self-actualization occurs when a person's ideal self, which means who do you want to be, is congruent with your actually behavior, your self-image. This is a very, very good place to live. And then self-actualization is the process of realizing one's fullest potential by achieving personal growth or investing into personal growth, into creativity, self-fulfillment. It represents the peak of Maslow's hierarchy. We all know that triangle or pyramid of needs, where an individual focus shifts from fulfilling basic needs to achieving personal meaning like self-expression and purpose. And to self-actualize, you must first reach self-acceptance. Can you see the way that it goes? That you need to first be in harmony with yourself. And how do you do that? You self-actualize through self-acceptance. You need to be accepting, in acceptance with yourself. That requires no judgment. I think this is what people love so much to be around horses, that no judgment, the non-judgmental self-awareness. And you need to learn in your sessions to understand yourself. Take time to get to know yourself, your needs, your flaws. Be totally honest with yourself. But all these variations about you without judging yourself. So this is a part of acceptance and commitment therapy as well. So in workshop, we're looking at ideal self, the way we imagine ourselves. This is where we want to go, the direction. And then we are looking about the way we truly are. And we need to know the difference. So that comes to my last part. So how do we do that? So with equine-assisted therapy and acceptance and commitment therapy, you help clients to find their strength, in their uniqueness, because our strength lies in our differences. So with teenager, the reason you cannot compare yourself to others, it's actually for everybody. And so what we are doing is we're breaking the cycle. We're discovering the ideal self. We're exploring the real self. So discover the ideal self, explore the real self, develop a learning agenda, experiment with new behavior, thoughts, and feelings. That's what we had at the beginning, when you start to look at what you're thinking and why you're thinking it. And then practicing these new behaviors to integrate them in your wished new identity. And so I also, by helping people with horsemanship, they learn a lot about themselves, and stuff comes up. And then I also recommend the Strength Finder. I do the disc. There's they can find about themselves through the disc questionnaire, and this is for the children. And then also through the emotional intelligence. That's about it. Bye-bye.